Our memories shape who we are, yet the process of forming new memories is more complex and potentially costly than we might think. Recent research suggests a fascinating paradox. The very act of creating new memories might be causing us to forget old ones. This article delves into the intricate workings of our brain's memory systems, exploring how new memories form, why we forget, and the implications this has for our understanding of cognitive health and aging. The ever-changing brain. Contrary to popular belief, our brains are not static organs. They are dynamic, constantly changing structures that continue to develop and adapt throughout our lives. This process, known as neuroplasticity, is particularly evident in the area of the brain responsible for memory formation, the hippocampus, specifically in a region called the dentate gyrus. Neurogenesis in the dentate gyrus. The dentate gyrus is unique in its ability to generate new neurons, brain cells, well into adulthood, a process called neurogenesis. Every day, new cells are born in this region, and under certain stimulating conditions, the brain can more than double the proportion of new memory cells in just a month. However, this process of creating new brain cells doesn't necessarily mean we're adding to the total number of neurons. Instead, it's more like a refreshing or spring cleaning of our memory cells. The new cells are essentially replacing older ones, maintaining a relatively stable number of neurons over time. The crowded brain. As we age, these new neurons face an increasingly crowded environment. But it's not the number of cells that's causing the crowding, it's the connections between them. Every time we form a memory or make a mental association, we create physical connections between our brain cells. Neuroscientists often say, cells that fire together, wire together. How memories form. When we experience something, the neurons in our brain form connections. The axon, the long, narrow part of a brain cell, reaches out to other cells. The more we reinforce a particular memory or association, the stronger these physical connections become. This process makes the transmission of chemical signals between these cells more efficient, solidifying the memory. For example, if you consistently experience stomach discomfort after eating cheese, your brain will strengthen the connection between the concepts of cheese and discomfort. Each time this association is reinforced, the physical connection between the relevant brain cells becomes stronger. The imperfect nature of memory. It's important to note that our memory system isn't perfect. Every time we recall a memory, we slightly modify it. This is because we incorporate new information from our current perspective into that older scenario. This malleability of memory is one reason why eyewitness testimonies can be unreliable and why our childhood memories might seem to change over time. New cells, new connections, new memories. When new neurons are born in the dentate gyrus, they don't simply fill in empty spaces. They actively integrate into the existing network, forming their own connections. This process inevitably alters the pre-existing network of connections in several ways. Disruption of old connections. The integration of new cells may break down some of the connections that were previously in place. Degradation of old memories. As new cells form new connections, they may weaken or overwrite older memory traces. Reduced accessibility. Even if old memories aren't completely erased, the presence of new cells and connections may make them harder to access. Rerouting of neural pathways. The specific patterns of cell activation that represent a memory may be altered, changing how we recall or associate certain memories. Researchers hypothesize that by introducing new memory cells, we're effectively decreasing the influence of older cells on one another. This could explain why certain associations or memories become less immediate or vivid over time. The forgetting phenomenon. Studies on non-human mammals, particularly mice, have provided intriguing insights into the relationship between new neuron formation and forgetting. These experiments have shown that increased neurogenesis correlates with increased forgetting. Young mice, who naturally produce many new neurons in the hippocampus, tend to forget more. Exercise promotes forgetting. Adult mice whose neurogenesis was enhanced through physical activity like running also showed increased forgetting. Reduced neurogenesis leads to better retention. When the genes responsible for creating new neurons were deactivated in young mice, they forgot less. While we must be cautious about directly extrapolating these findings to humans, they do align with computer simulations of human memory processes. These models suggest that the introduction of new neurons could indeed lead to the degradation or loss of older memories. The trade-off: new memories versus old memories. This process of forgetting old memories to make room for new ones isn't necessarily a flaw in our cognitive system. In fact, it may be a crucial adaptation that allows us to navigate and respond to our ever-changing environment effectively. Consider the alternative. If we retained every memory with perfect clarity, we might struggle to prioritize relevant, recent information over outdated or irrelevant memories. Our brains would be cluttered with unnecessary details, potentially impairing our ability to make quick decisions or form new associations. Implications for cognitive health and aging. Understanding this balance between forming new memories and retaining old ones has important implications for our understanding of cognitive health, especially in the context of aging and neurodegenerative diseases. Dementia and memory formation. People diagnosed with dementia often struggle to form new memories while retaining clearer recollections of the distant past. Research suggests this may be partly due to reduced neurogenesis in the hippocampus. With fewer new neurons being formed, there's less disruption of old memory networks, making it easier to access long-term memories, but harder to form and retain new ones. This insight offers a new perspective on memory loss and aging. While it's natural to lament the fading of our childhood memories, this process might actually be a sign of a healthy, adaptive brain, one that's continually making room for new experiences and information. Strategies for maintaining cognitive health. Given what we know about the relationship between neurogenesis and memory, there are several strategies we can employ to support our cognitive health. Physical exercise. Regular physical activity has been shown to promote neurogenesis in the hippocampus, potentially enhancing our ability to form new memories. Mental stimulation. Engaging in intellectually stimulating activities may help maintain and create new neural connections. Social interaction. Social engagement can provide mental stimulation and may help reinforce memories through shared experiences and recollections. Healthy diet. Certain nutrients, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, have been linked to improved brain health and potentially increased neurogenesis. Adequate sleep. Sleep plays a crucial role in memory consolidation and may also support the integration of new neurons into existing memory networks. The future of memory research. As our understanding of memory processes grows, so too does the potential for new therapeutic approaches to cognitive disorders. Some areas of ongoing research include targeted neurogenesis, developing methods to stimulate neuron growth in specific brain regions to enhance memory formation or potentially treat memory disorders. Memory stabilization, exploring ways to selectively strengthen important memories while allowing less critical ones to fade. Cognitive enhancement, investigating safe and ethical means of boosting cognitive function, including memory capacity and recall. Early detection of cognitive decline, using our understanding of neurogenesis and memory processes to develop better diagnostic tools for conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Conclusion: embracing the dynamic nature of memory. The relationship between new memory formation and forgetting offers a fascinating glimpse into the complexity of our cognitive processes. Far from being a simple recording device, our brain is a dynamic, ever-changing organ that continually adapts to new experiences and information. While it may seem counterintuitive that forming new memories could lead to forgetting old ones, this process likely plays a crucial role in our ability to learn, adapt, and thrive in a constantly changing world. It allows us to prioritize relevant, recent information and prevents our minds from becoming cluttered with outdated or irrelevant details. As we age, the gradual fading of childhood memories, while sometimes bittersweet, can be seen as a sign of a healthy, adaptive brain, one that's living in the present and continually making room for new experiences. This perspective offers a more nuanced view of memory and aging, challenging the notion that forgetting is always a negative phenomenon. Ultimately, our memories are not static recordings but dynamic, evolving constructs. They shape our identity and inform our decisions, all while continuously adapting to accommodate new experiences. By understanding and embracing this process, we can better appreciate the remarkable plasticity of our brains and the complex interplay between remembering and forgetting that defines our cognitive lives.